Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 approvals in 2023 for the visas I'm specialized in. At the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to get a free evaluation for talent visas and visa for national interest waiver. Let's go! Long story short, we're gonna start with third place. And the third place is the approval EB1A for 2 people in the same category, talent in cryptocurrency industry. The first approval was back in April. The second one was in December of 2023. The first one was cryptocurrency analyst, cryptocurrency expert, and the second one was the businessman who built his business on cryptocurrency news portal. I'm very excited about both of those approvals because I do believe that, especially the first one, the crypto analyst, it was probably the first in the industry, because I never heard any attorney speaking about this industry. I mean, cryptocurrency and the blockchain, and I never heard anyone saying that they got approval in this very new, very innovative field. And I do believe this was the first one in the US. And why I'm putting these cases on the third place? Well, first of all, they are very hard. Just very hard cases because this is a new industry. It's developing. Yes, it's developing very fast. But there is nothing really happening in the industry. No events, no competitions, no judging each other in the professional way, I mean. And there's just nothing to compare a client to. We had to be very creative with those cases, especially with the crypto analyst, because we had to use like Discord and Telegram channels as associations, professional associations. We had to use YouTube interviews as a professional press. And again, we got approved. We don't really know if the officer, we don't really know which criteria officer accepted, but we filed 5 criteria and we got approved. So at least 3 of them went through. And I'm very excited because this industry just overall is very exciting, guys. You guys know that I'm a big fan of Bitcoin and of this asset class. I'm excited about the future of this asset, so I really like the cases where we have a component of crypto. And the second case was the client who built the portal, the news portal in the crypto industry in Russia. And also the interesting thing about this client is that we started with 01. However, the client did a really good job improving on his criteria. I saw that we have a potential for EB1A, and I told him, hey, let me rewrite you the strategy, let me add certain things up to this, and if you manage to do that, we're gonna file you for EB1A, for the green card. And I did, and the client did follow my strategy, and everything worked out just perfectly. There was no RFE. It was a straight approval for this case. So these 2 EB1A cases are the third place in my rating for 2023. Number 2, the second place. And we also have 2 approvals for the second place because both of them are in the same category, and that category is EB3 visa for marketing specialist. And you'll be like, well, Stanislav, like, what's so special about EB3 for marketing people? Like, EB3 is EB3, you have an employer, they're able to pay, you go through the process and all good. It's true. If you think that way, definitely, I cannot say you're wrong. However, it's a widely known fact that USCIS believes that there are a lot of marketing specialists in the US, very suspicious about the recruiting and finding or not finding the American employees ready and able to do the job that we're looking for or the client is looking for. Those cases, they have heightened attention in all government agencies. You have to be extra careful to push those cases through and get the result for the client, because you can get the audit from Department of Labor. You're probably gonna get RFE from USCIS demanding some crazy stuff because they just don't believe that the company could not find a person who is able to do the marketing work for this company. I see the logic behind what they thinking, but every company is different. And of course, the needs and necessities of a particular company could be different for each task or project that they are leading. The expertise or niche of particular specialist could just also differ. Like any other profession, marketing specialists have a deeper knowledge in certain parts of this profession. And we were able to get 2 of those approved. One was pretty smooth. There was no problem, I should say, and I do believe that's because it's a northern state. I believe it's Wisconsin or Wyoming, one of those states. You know, in a smaller city, there's a less chance you find a person who will be able to do the job. So that one was very smooth with no problem. We got it done very fast, less than 2 years. And for this type of visa, you know, it's right now, it's probably going to be 3 to 4 years. So if you start doing those visas now, because we started about 2 years ago, that was faster because of the priority dates and congratulations to the client. And the second approval was much harder because the client was here in South Florida, in Miami, and our client is the company who is sponsoring the foreign expert to come to the US. We got it in Alpha Perm because of some technicalities that arguably there was a logic behind it, but we could probably reverse it on appeal, but it would take a lot of time and it would be more expensive for the client. So we decided just to refile. So we refiled, we got the perm. And then we filed I-140, the immigration petition, and we got a huge RFE. And that RFE was illegal because it was not under the law of the land. What was wrong with it? The immigration officer requested the recruiting materials, the recruiting documents showing that we didn't find the American marketing specialist for this position for this company. Not we, but we as a client, right? Because we represent the client. And that request was unlawful. Okay? Why? Because the Congress was pretty clear when Congress enacted the immigration law, when they delegated recruiting, audits, all that have to do with the certification process to the Department of Labor. So it must be a Department of Labor who could request that paperwork at the time of the certification. Because we got the labor certification from the Department of Labor, the immigration officer could not re-adjudicate what's already been done in the Department of Labor. It was just a legal request, and they couldn't do that. That was the only issue that they had, because they wanted to see that the company really did the things that they had to do. Of course, as always, first of all, I was like very firm on the law, and I said, hey, dear immigration officer, I was polite, I was professional, you know, I'm never trying to be rude or anything like this. And I said, hey, this is the law, that's what the Congress did, and that's what you can do, and that's what you cannot do. So your request is illegal because it's been done and adjudicated by Department of Labor. However, we're still gonna provide the paperwork requested. And please take a look, everything was done properly. However, if you make a denial, in this case based on the paperwork that we provide, additional paperwork, we are taking this case to the court. I was very professional, but very firm in what I was saying. And of course, the immigration officer could not disagree, and he approved the petition. And by the way, that the beneficiary of this process, the foreign national, is already here in the US. And number 1 in the rating, guys, the most interesting, and I'm very excited, we also got 2 approvals in that category of visas. That is EB1A as well, for foreign attorneys. Guys, let me tell you, I go to the conferences, I speak to other attorneys who are dealing with these cases, with EB1As and O1s and EB2NW. It's a very narrow community in the immigration field who are specializing in those type of cases. So we talk to each other, we discuss things, we complain to each other about USIS and things like that. So it was like almost a kind of dogma that it's almost impossible to get an approval for foreign attorney for EB1 category unless that attorney is like superstar, like internationally. Everybody knows that person. They have a lot of things going, maybe doing some academic stuff and big cases, big money, big firms and things like that. The two approvals that I got for foreign attorneys in 2023, they were just good professionals in their field. Yes, they were more active than other attorneys in those countries, but there was nothing international. There was recognition on a national level. So both cases got approved in November, one through RFE, one without RFE. And guys, let me tell you, all these attorneys did was to follow my strategy. They followed my strategy, they did what I requested, they provided all the documents, we collected all the documents, I drafted the memorandum, yes, that was a very good memorandum, okay, for each case, and we filed those cases. And there we go, 2 attorneys, 2 approvals. And I'm proud of those cases because, again, we had to prove to the immigration attorneys community that, first of all, it's possible. Okay, not only it's possible, but we have the results in those cases. And last but not least, it's always good to get approvals for your colleagues. Okay, for people, yes, they're not American attorneys yet, but they also attorneys in other countries. So it's one big community. I'm very proud for these cases. I'm glad for these people, and they're going to be welcome here in the US in 2024. Now, guys, let me tell you, all these people that I described, all 6 cases basically, they all started from the same thing. And that same thing is a free evaluation of the case. They all filled out the forms. They all waited for about 2 days till I get back to them with analysis and initial qualification of the case. So you have that opportunity as well. In the description of this video, you will find the links to talent visas, to EB2 and IW visas, for business visas, for investment visas. Each visa has a separate link. You can fill out a few forms if you want, no problem. I'll take a look at all of them. And within 2 days, I will get back to you and I'll do the analysis of the case for free. And if I see the potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, also the process that all these people went through. And after I build a strategy, which you'll receive in writing after the complex immigration planning, all you need to do is to hire my company, my team, myself to do your case, and within the next 6 months, you're gonna get a filing of the petition with more than 90% of chance of approval. Smash that like button if you liked my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I release 2 videos a week constantly. And also subscribe to my Instagram, my TikTok, and I have X, I have Facebook, all different information posted on those platforms. Please comment, ask questions, and I am Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.